Welcome back, everyone, to our
Yes.
favorite Best of 2022 presented by Get Your Geek On here. I am Robert. I'm joined by Aaron and Peter as we are talking one of our favorite shows of this year, which was Obi-Wan Kenobi, released on Disney Plus, starring, of course, Ewan McGregor. We also had Moses Ingram. We had, some of our other favorite performers. We got Anakin back. So Hayden Christensen was back, and a brand new newcomer as well in little Vivian Lynn Lyra Blair playing young Princess Leia. So we had a lot to go on in this series, and this was one of our favorite series of the year, and so we wanted to talk about it and tell you why. So without further ado, let's just jump right into why did we love Kenobi? And Peter, I'm going to let you start. Why did you love this show?
I enjoyed it mainly because, well, it was just to see where Obi-Wan has been, between episodes 3 and 4. And besides, just figuring, okay, he's just sitting around in the desert. But you also liked that he's essentially a broken man. I mean, he's lost everything. He's lost his family with the Jedi Order. He's lost his best friend. He's lost all of his friends, including Ashoka and Anakin, Padme. The galaxy, and he knows as he knew it, is pretty much gone, and he's basically has to live as a fugitive, and in the worst possible area in Tatooine. And I loved at one point where even one of the Jawas said that I could smell you a mile away. Now things are bad when a Jawa complains about your body odor. I mean, and he's really, I mean, he's broken. I mean, some people could even say he maybe even have a little bit of PTSD in him, for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And this pretty much kind of gets him back on track to see him as the way how he was in episode 4 with Alec Guinness, and the fact that you had Ewan McGregor come back was amazing. And he's one of us. He's a fellow Star Wars fan. He's a fellow nerd. He loves the character, and the fact that he was able to come back and just give a solid performance. And what I also loved about it was seeing Vader come back,
Right.
and with Hayden Christensen coming back as Vader. And the scene in there where he's in that little town, and they did the sequence almost like a horror movie, where he comes in and he's basically an unstoppable force. I mean, it's truly terrifying to see him, and plus to see that duel that they had at the very end, because we all know that Vader can pretty much is unstoppable. The only one who could probably give him a real good fight would be Obi-Wan, and that final part there where you see part of his mask torn off. Okay, it's been over 6 months. We're past the point of spoilers here. Where he, you can see that, he says, you didn't kill Anakin, I did. And there's like little or no trace of Anakin left at this point. And what also I loved about it was the Vivian who did Leia. I mean, if to be able to pull that off at such a young age and truly capture who that character was, is a testament just to see how good of an actress that she is, especially for somebody so young. And she's just as precocious and rebellious and spunky as Carrie Fisher was. And a lot of people did say that, she would do Carrie Fisher proud. Carrie would be proud of her.
Yeah. Hearing all the things that you talked about, you loving it, it's bringing back all those same reasons for me. And thinking specifically about that line that you mentioned of, you didn't kill Anakin, I did. It really draws a through line to those conversations Luke has with Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi, especially in, I think, Return of the Jedi, when he's talking about how he wants to save him, right? He wants to, bring it, and you can tell Obi-Wan thinks he's beyond saving, and this is why. He's encountered this version of Darth Vader and Anakin, and he's gone. He's past the point of redemption. He cannot come back. There isn't anything left in him, and so that really stood out. I definitely, this show had so many fun and exciting things in it. Definitely seeing Hayden Christensen return and Ewan McGregor return and build on that relationship that they had in their previous movies together, their previous appearances, and really seeing that relationship. I love the flashback sequence of Obi-Wan, once again, he's still the master. And I love that ties back to A New Hope, where so when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. And it's
Right.
just, and even in that moment, in A New Hope, Vader thinks he's the master, but Obi-Wan still gets a leg up on him. And I have to say that the journey of Obi-Wan from that broken man that you were describing to at the end, he finally has accepted what has happened. He's accepted his role in what happened, and he's able to move forward, right? It's a journey of acceptance, and
Right.
he's able to move forward, and now he can see Qui-Gon Jinn and commune with that Force ghost. And I getting Liam Neeson back was a great moment. So yeah, I agree. A lot of that I loved. What about you, Aaron? What about that show did you take away that you loved?
I think my favorite part, honestly, is something probably neither one of you. Oh man, I know you guys probably caught it, but it's the aesthetics. I think me and you talked about it before, Robert. At the very end, when you're hearing Anakin and Vader talking, when they're after the mask has been destroyed, you hear that audio of like that turning point that Anakin's kind of there, but he's not. He's not really. But you hear Vader. We hear that. I guess that ominous presence essentially, even with the mask broken, but we still hear and we're still trying to hope that maybe he's in there, maybe he's somewhere deep inside. Like as a fan, you want him to still be there. But I think those little aesthetics is stuff I looked at the most, like you said, a broken man and seeing how broken Obi-Wan was throughout this whole thing almost until that last little bit where he's like, you know what? No, I need to stand up and fight again. I think that is what I enjoyed the most about it is we're not getting essentially a badass. We're getting a normal human being who's just tired. He's tired of doing everything. He's tired of all of this. He's tired of seeing his friends die. He's just tired. And it's like he's beaten, he's broken, he's done. It's not like we're getting like Ahsoka. Last time we saw her, she's still a badass. We see, Vader. He's still the strongest thing there is right now. He's an unstoppable force, like you said, Peter. I mean, we're seeing Luke still be even not counting the movies, but we're seeing the stuff in the middle. We still see him be a badass. I mean, he took out all those guys in Mandalorian. It's like we're still seeing everything. And it's like, here's a guy who's just like, you know what? Like, I'm just done. I just, I put my check mark. I clock in today. I clock out. I'm done. I just leave me alone. Literally is what he was doing.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you think about his journey because, like, at the end of, Revenge of the Sith, he wins his individual battle. Like he accomplishes his mission. He defeats Anakin and he still loses everything, right? The galaxy still falls into complete chaos in the episode. It's like even he did everything right except double tap, right? But that was his best friend and he thought he was going to die, right? And you see even in this show, he did think he was dead. He did not know that Anakin survived. And so it is really one of those things where he accomplished his goal and it broke him in half because he had to kill his brother and it didn't even work, right? It's still, the Empire still became a thing and just, so I mean, like you understand why he's in the place he's in.
What also I liked about this was you really kind of see the Empire not at its peak, but at its semi most dangerous because you have the Inquisitors, because you have Reva that's there. And a lot of people didn't like her, but then again, you weren't supposed to like her. And it's a kind of it goes to show that Moses Ingram did a great job, maybe too much of a good job, but at the same time, you see their presence, like when they're on that one planet. As soon as they get out of that thing that looks like Coruscant, place that looks like Coruscant, and you see that Obi-Wan says that this wasn't the way how he remembered it. It was very lush and everything, and you can see about the Empire's basically strip mined the area.
Right.
And you get that ominous presence that's there, and that he's on the run from the Empire. He has to keep things very incognito. He has to stay under cover. But of course, the the one thing that everybody was waiting for is like, okay, where's Liam Neeson? When is he going to show up?
Mhm.
And sure enough, it's the last minute there.
Yeah.
And the other great thing is like, okay, when is he going to say hello there? And it's just waiting for it, waiting for it, and waiting for it. And
Yeah.
it came at just the right
Yeah.
time when he sees Luke.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And which is funny when I met when Ewan was over here at uh the convention that we had here back in early August. He never got tired of having to say that catchphrase. He never got tired of saying hello there
Right.
to everyone who was there, and there must have been thousands of people, and to be able to say that every single time. And I mean, props to for Ewan for doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
this is you know, he's just as iconic in this role as Alec Guinness was.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up this discussion. And the last thing I want to get to is, when we talk about our favorite shows, we also talk about who we're going to recommend them to. So that's my question is, would we recommend this to anyone, or do you have to be a Star Wars fan to watch this show and enjoy it? Aaron, I'll start with you on that one. Is this for everyone, or is this only for the Star Wars nerds?
I feel like if it's a little more for the Star Wars nerds because you get the background of Obi-Wan and where he's at. But as someone who is, again, I'm a casual fan, I watch it whenever I can. I think it fit okay for just and everybody because it's, again, you come into a Broken Man storyline. You don't need to know what really happened because it's kind of explained a little throughout the whole series of like, I lost my best friend, with this, that, and the other. You would get a little comments about the war and other stuff. I think it could be for the everyday person. I think it's a little bit geared towards the hardcore fans because you know everything. But an everyday guy like me could jump in.
All right. Peter, what about you?
I think it was more for the fans. I mean, for casual fans, they'll probably recognize a few things, but when I guess more hardcore fans will be able to recognize more of the depth because after having seen everything from episodes 1, 2, and 3, you're able to connect the dots more and even connect that to a classic trilogy.
Yeah.
So I think more casual fans and of course more diehard fans really appreciate the series. Whereas as someone who's like totally casual, probably isn't even knowing what's going on and still trying to wonder why is Boba Fett what's Boba Fett doing with a very young baby Yoda? I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's a different show.
You're totally lost.
I think what I will say is that this is probably the most accessible Disney Plus show because if you've just seen the movies, you can jump in and get Kenobi.
Right.
All the other ones, I think, you do have to be a little bit more ingrained in the world of Star Wars. If this one, as long as you've seen the movies, you'll be good. You'll be able to jump in and enjoy it. But if you're one of those people that's just like, oh, I just like to watch good series, I'm not even a Star Wars fan. Number one, I don't know why you're watching this review. But number two, don't watch this show if you haven't at least seen the movies. You have to see the movies and enjoy the show. I think it fits like a glove if you do that. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Aaron, for jumping on and talking about one of our favorite shows of 2022, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We'll be back again talking about another show or movie, more of our favorites, coming up soon. Stay geeky, guys.
Bye. Wait, we switched. Hold on.